Well, it was a fun series. Not us tonight, and I'm kind of disappointed. I was rooting so much for Columbus, not partly because I hate Boston, because I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. That's really it. Boston fan base, it's a great fan base, but it's just when you see a team like there's only two teams that I didn't want really the least I was cheering for to pass this round. The Islanders and the Bruins. The Islanders, I have no problem. The only reason why, they already won 4 cups, but since it's been 30 plus years, I think I'm okay with it. Boston, they won 6. I was and the last time they won was 8 years ago. So there's that. But it is what it is. It sucks in a way because I wanted a team, and it's still possible. But Columbus, to me, the more experienced team won. Let's get right into it. First period, there was no scores. There was a goal disallowed. I think that was the right call. If you ask me, I thought that was goalie interference. I think the refs got the right call there. I don't think it should have been a goal. I think it was the right call. And that was basically it in the first period. Second period, David Krejci gets his fourth from DeBrusque and Clifton. What you should also put there in the assist column is the post. The brush shot hit off the post right back to Krejci. Perfect spot, perfect timing. Gets the post, gets it in. Later on in that period, so it was 1-0 Boston. Later on, McAvoy laid a heavy hit on Anderson. The call was a 2-minute minor for illegal check to the head. If you ask me, and if I was the ref, I would have probably gave a 4-minute at the least. The minimum I would have gave was a 4-minute power play for Columbus. I thought it should have been a 4. Columbus fans are probably gonna go to that. They're like, well, the refs screwed us because they gave us a 4-minute power play. They gave us a 2, not a 4 or a 5, and a suspension and a kick out for him. As much as that was a brutal hit, I don't think it should have been a kick out for the game. I think it should have been a 4, maybe a 5. That's about it. So going to the third, I think it was the wrong call for the McAvoy. I think the right call was that he wasn't kicked out of the game. I think that was right. I just don't think he should have been. I don't think it was a 2-minute though. Third period, Johansson gets his second from Coyle and Heinen off a nice crisscross between Johansson and Coyle through the offense. Just shot it. Bobrovsky had it, I think, and it just pops right through, pops up in the air into the net. Bobrovsky should have had that, but it was tough. And then Backus gets his first from Krug, and Krejci goes a nice goal, nice setup there. But I don't blame Bobrovsky for this at all. Some people are saying he choked. Look at the last 2 games. I get that, where some people are going with that. I don't blame him at all. I just think the offense just couldn't get scoring. And that was it. Boston won 3-0. Now, if anyone of you are watching it on Sportsnet, you might agree. I think I might just be ridiculous when I say this. They were talking about how Rask was being so good. Don't get me wrong. The last 2 games in Columbus, yeah, he was playing great. It should have been no goals allowed because the game 4 one was off the net, right? So I agree, he's been playing great, but at the same time, you think about it, but at the same time, he was beaten 4 times in this game. There are 4 crossbars in this game from Columbus. They just hit the crossbar. They beat Rask 4 times. They just hit the crossbar. So they're all talking about how Rask is playing so great. Yes, but I think they were over exaggerating just a little bit, just because, he not easily, but those 4 crossbars could have been goals, and this could have been a 4-3 win right now, right? I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm just going to mention that. Rask 39 for 39. He 1,000. He still played great. I still say that, but I'm just saying. Bobrovsky 26-29, 897. Again, I don't blame this Columbus offense. Just couldn't click, and that goes along with the power play. 0 for 4. He had 4 chances on the power play, and he needed it, and he couldn't get it. Boston went 0 for 1. Boston wins the 4-2. Boston will play Carolina in the Eastern Conference Finals. Whether that starts Wednesday or Wednesday if San Jose wins tonight. For me, I just hope NHL gives a day or two break before the conference finals. That's what I wish and hope they do that. That's what I hope they do. McAvoy's suspension, I believe he's going to get suspended. It was a big. I think we've seen less worse things that get called as a suspension. This was worse, and I think it should be a game. I think it should be the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion. If you asked about the suspension, I think it should be a game. Boston plays Carolina, and if you ask me, for Carolina, I think Carolina wanted this in a way. I think they were okay with playing Boston. I said this last time with the Columbus thing, that the only thing that fears me for them against Boston is experience. That's the same thing with Carolina. But Carolina does have some players on their team that experience playoffs, so they know what it's like, right? So I think Carolina likes to Carolina's the younger, faster, speedier team against this still good but a little bit slower and a little bit older Boston Bruins team, right? So they can use that to their advantage. On top of that, on top of that, like I said, Carolina has more players on that team that has experience in the playoffs than Columbus did. Right? If Carolina was in this game against Boston down 3-2 in Carolina, I think Carolina wins it. And I'll do series preview probably maybe tomorrow on this, because it is something to talk about. Boston, Carolina, we'll see how that goes. I am not against the fan base of Boston or anything, but I'm going for Carolina. And some people are like, yeah, you wanted a new team. Why would you say Carolina? Because they already won a cup. Yes, but that was 13 years ago, not 8. Right? And the fan base deserves it. Boston, you get the Celtics, the Red Sox, and the freaking Patriots. So shut up. Anyway, Boston wins the series. Boston moves on, and it should be a good Eastern Conference Finals. I'm really looking forward.